Hey everybody, it's me, Edward Jones, back with a new video. Venezuelans, urban crime, and gun control. First, I want to open this video by saying, rest in peace to Paul Harrell. He passed away yesterday, um, as I'm recording this video. I think one of the first videos I remember watching from his channel was about, it was basically his defense of using shotguns in for personal defense and like for home defense. And usually when a lot of people are saying that the shotgun is inadequate for home defense, he gave great points for why it's still why it's still a viable option. He used one of my favorite shotguns, the Winchester 1897, as an example because he had the riot model of that gun in his videos. So I'm gonna just give a shout out to him. He will truly be missed in the gun community. Learn a lot from his videos. Many of you watch my channel more likely will watch his videos. They're still gonna be up for us to enjoy. And I know his brother is taking over the channel, so we'll see. Let's stick around, see what kind of content his brother will keep the channel going. But I'm doing this video because I've seen videos about about Venezuelan migrants in I think it's Denver, no, in Aurora, Colorado. There's a video going. There are these videos going around of them like taking over this like apartment building, and there have been talks of Venezuelan gangs in Chicago. And I saw the thumbnail for a video I haven't seen yet, but it was saying that there are now Venezuelan gangs in Dallas. I know, and we all know the ones that have committed crimes in Georgia and Texas. I'm not one bit surprised. First of all, going back to Aurora. Aurora got some issues. Aurora's had issues for a long time in terms of crime. I know. There were two major. I know there were two major shootings in Aurora. One was at the movie theater, and I think another one was at a grocery store in Aurora. But when I watched the videos, I was thinking, I was like, well, listen, wow, I would think that if someone tried to, one thing I've always said, I said in my videos that I can't stand home invasions because you're hitting someone's home base. It's one thing to encounter violence on the street, but for someone to bring it to your doorstep, that should be a non-negotiable, easy situation to handle. So I'm thinking that why not be armed and be ready for that kind of mess if you hear it going on in your building, in your apartment building, or even if you hear some rumblings about it going on in the neighborhood. Have yourself prepared. Have yourself prepared to deal with that situation should it find its way at your doorstep, literally speaking. And then I remember Colorado has been made famous for legalized weed, and I suspect the kind of people that are attracted over to that state are the ones, if you have to choose between being armed and getting high. I think it's more people who are. I think it's been a state that's been more appealing to people who want to get high. Not to say there aren't any gun owners in Colorado. I'm pretty sure there are a lot over there. But in urban areas, I think that's kind of attitude. Whereas people who they want to cut loose, they want to chill, they don't want to have to worry about home invasions or crime because they have the police to rely on to take care of that stuff, or they have the local justice system to take care of it. But since all that seems to be breaking down, well, now you have a situation where you have to do these things. You have to do these things on your own. You have to prepare yourself. And there's some videos where there were some women who were talking about needing weapons, needing something. There was one video where a lady was talking about to hang out with other mothers and their kids in the park. They need to have something with them. She said pepper spray or a taser. She didn't say firearms because they're afraid of them. But there was another video of a woman saying she was never against guns, but now she's finally buying one, and it's to her surprise because she never thought she'd actually have to buy one to use it to feel safe. And all the way I'm thinking, I said, well, where have you been? Where have you been for the past 10 years? Yeah, nationwide crime has been supposedly crime is dropping, but that doesn't mean crime has gone away completely. And that's one of the issues. That's one of the issues I've had for the longest time concerning gun control. It creates this false sense of security because you're being forced to offshore your responsibility of personal defense, whether it be on you when you're out and about or when you're at home. That is your responsibility first and foremost. You can't pass on to anyone else. No one else. If you're fully capable, if you're fully capable of taking care of yourself when it comes to personal defense, you should exercise it all the time. There's whenever you're awake, you should have that in the back of your mind. Okay, I'm on my own. I need to take care of myself. I can't put this responsibility on in anyone else's hands. It's in my hands where it belongs, and I must act accordingly. So when I saw these videos of people getting their doors kicked in, and you hear about all this crime that's going on in these different cities because of the situation at the border, I'm like, well, hey, look, defund the police was a big movement. Now you've seen the results of it. Well, since if you want to defund the police, now you have to police yourselves. So you basically you have to be your own police. You have to be I've always said you are your own first responder. You're the first one on the scene when something goes wrong. You are your first responder. You can't put that responsibility in someone else's hands. It has to fall in your lap. And you must take care of it. So we're seeing the situation going on, in these different cities, and we're left, like I said, we're left to ask ourselves, what are we going to do if we can't rely on the police? And the simple answer is, you have to take up the responsibility of keeping yourself safe, of managing your own personal security. And I always found something to be odd about, if you're a grown adult, I find it odd to be passed on off to another grown adult when, you should be fully capable of doing it yourself. If you're putting that responsibility in someone else's hands, it's like you're saying two things. One, you can't be trusted to keep yourself safe, and two, you're not really concerned about the safety of the one that you're placing that responsibility in. Meaning, you're not really concerned about how, it's like you're not really concerned about how the police are keeping themselves safe. All you care about is your own safety. And your care your care for these other first responders only goes so far as to being concerned for your own safety first and foremost. So I figured, well, let me just be responsible for myself. I'll come to someone else's aid if they need it, but first and foremost, I have to be responsible for my own personal safety. I think as this situation unfolds, more and more people are going to start to realize that. It was pretty loud and clear during 2020 when it was fear of the pandemic and there were the riots. People, you couldn't find anything on shelves, even though the weird caliber firearms was all bought up. I wonder how many people out there bought Thompson Citter hunting pistols. It was crazy. And to think that just in a few short years, people have forgotten all about that. But hey, a lot of times some people have to experience pain in order to learn the lesson. But many of us who have our heads on straight, we see what's going on, and we're taking precautions to do what we need to do to keep ourselves safe, to keep our loved ones safe, to be able to even help those who aren't able to help themselves. And what I mean by that is, the elderly, children, people who are infirm. I think it's noble to come to their aid when during a time of crisis. Because even though it's wise to be there for your own safety, but we should be willing to help other people out because we're not all in it for ourselves. It can't be like that. We can't take care of ourselves, but we gotta be mindful of those who are unable to. So, hey, if you're seeing this video and you're unsure of where you stand, just think if you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the skill, and trouble comes to your door, as we see in these videos, what are you what are you prepared to do? Can you do something before it even gets to that point? I think while you have time to do so, you should take care of it. Get link up with someone that you know who's all about personal defense. Someone who can teach you how to use a firearm, teach you how to properly use one, how type of holsters are out there, know what your local laws are. I'm blessed to live in a constitutional carry state. Because I can I'm able to carry. My wife's able to carry with virtually no hurdles put in front of us aside from time and our skill level. That's it. But for those of you out there, please keep yourself safe. Be mindful of your surroundings. Look at what's going on around you and really ask yourself, should I put the responsibility of my safety in the hands of someone else, especially when they're not there in front of me at this current point in time? That's my video. That's all I want to talk about. Please share your thoughts. Leave a comment in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. Any gripes, complaints about the videos, send me a PM. I'll see what I can do to address them. And if you want to help out the channel, go to my homepage, look for the PayPal link and the Cash App link. All donation amounts are appreciated. That's my video. Venezuelans, urban crime, and gun control. I'm Edward Jones. You guys take care, be safe, stay strapped, and God bless.